These are 10 boat upgrades you can buy legally at any marine store, order on Amazon, or pick up at a boat show that will get you fined by the United States Coast Guard, USCG, the moment you put them on your vessel. Every single one of these products is perfectly legal to sell, but install them wrong, use them in the wrong context, or simply fail to understand the fine print, and you're looking at penalties ranging from a few $100s all the way up to 6 figures. Let's get into it. Aftermarket LED light bars and decorative lighting top the list. This is by far the most common violation I see boat owners stumble into. You buy a sleek LED light bar or some underwater LEDs to give your boat that custom look. Totally legal to purchase. But Navigation Rule 20, also known as Coleg's Rule 20, is crystal clear. No lights shall be displayed that can be mistaken for navigation lights or impair their distinctive character. The Coast Guard has issued specific warnings about aftermarket strip-style LEDs being too bright, interfering with other boaters' ability to safely navigate. And here's the one that really catches people off guard: blue underwater LED lights. Under wave action, they can appear to flash, mimicking law enforcement lights, which are exclusively authorized under Federal Regulation 33 CFR 88.05. There's actually a case where a boat owner decorated his vessel with Christmas lights while at anchor. His boat was hit by a Coast Guard patrol craft. He sued. Seemed like a slam dunk, but the ruling went against him because his decorative lighting created a navigation hazard. So those LEDs look great at the dock, but on the water, they can cost you. Next up, expired pyrotechnic flares. You upgraded your flare kit a few years back. Good for you. But did you check the expiration date? Pyrotechnic flares have a shelf life of just 42 months from the manufacture date. After that, they cannot count toward your required visual distress signals. You can keep expired flares on board as extras, but if those are all you've got when the Coast Guard boards you, that's an $1,100 fine. And here's the bigger picture. The Coast Guard is phasing out traditional pyrotechnic flares entirely by April 2026 in favor of electronic visual distress signal devices like the ACR Rescue Flare or Sirius Signal EVD-SD units. If you haven't started planning for these electronic distress signals, now is the time. Old fire extinguishers present another trap. This regulation changed in April 2022, and it's still catching people. The Coast Guard now enforces a hard 12-year expiration on all disposable fire extinguishers from the date of manufacture, which you'll find stamped on the bottom of the bottle. If your boat is model year 2018 or newer, you also need the updated 5B, 10B, or 20B rated extinguishers. The older B1 and B2 labels are being phased out. Flip your extinguisher over right now. If that date says 2012 or earlier, it's expired in the eyes of the Coast Guard, and you're looking at fines, citations, and potential legal liability if something goes wrong. Aftermarket exhaust and muffler modifications catch performance boaters regularly. You swap out the stock muffler for something that gives you more power and a meaner sound. Problem is, federal regulation requires every vessel to be equipped with an effective muffling device. Cutouts are explicitly prohibited unless you're competing in an official regatta or boat race. Most states have adopted 86 decibels as the legal limit. Exceed that, and you're facing fines, restrictions on your boating activities, and in some cases, your boat can be impounded. Marine toilet with direct overboard discharge creates serious violations. You install a beautiful new marine head, but if that toilet discharges raw sewage directly overboard in inland or coastal waters, especially in designated no-discharge zones, it's illegal, period. Federal law requires one of 3 types of Coast Guard-approved marine sanitation devices. And here's the trap that gets even experienced boaters. If your holding tank has a Y valve that allows overboard discharge, that valve must be physically secured in the closed position with non-releasable wire ties, a padlock, or by removing the handle entirely. Simply turning it to the closed position is not enough. The Coast Guard will fine you $2,000, and sewage discharge violations can reach $250 in civil penalties on top of that. Non-approved life jackets and PFDs trip up countless boaters. You bought a pack of life jackets online at a great price, but are they Coast Guard approved? Federal law requires one wearable, USCG-approved PFD for every person on board. Here's where people get tripped up. An inflatable PFD is not approved for anyone under 16. It's also not approved for high-impact activities like water skiing or operating a personal watercraft. And if your PFD has rips, tears, or any damage, it is no longer considered approved. Fines range from $25 to $500 per offense, and in places like American Samoa, it's $1,000. But the real cost is measured in lives. According to USCG Boating Safety Statistics 2024, 87% of drowning victims in boating fatalities were not wearing a life jacket. Improper fuel tank installations create dangerous situations. You're repowering your boat or replacing an aging fuel tank, so you fabricate a custom one or buy an aftermarket tank. Here's the problem. Every fuel tank must meet Coast Guard and EPA requirements, comply with ABYCH 24 standard, and carry a visible label proving it passed the tests mandated by 33 CFR 183 Subpart J. Federal regulations also specifically prohibit encasing a fuel tank in a way that allows water to collect on or around it. Some builders use foam to secure tanks, and that method is illegal. Without proper testing and labeling, your tank is illegal regardless of how well it's built. Overpowered engines or exceeding your NMMA certified capacity plate sounds like fun until you get caught. You bolt on a bigger motor for more speed. The capacity plate says 150 horsepower, but you put on 250. While exceeding the capacity plate isn't always a direct federal violation, many states have statutes prohibiting it. More importantly, the Coast Guard can declare your vessel a manifest unsafe voyage and turn you around. An overpowered boat sits too low in the stern, making it dangerously susceptible to swamping, and your insurance company will almost certainly void your policy if you exceed those limits. Unapproved or improperly installed navigation lights create serious safety hazards. You replace your old navigation lights with brighter aftermarket options, but those replacements must meet the Coast Guard requirement for visibility and the 112.5-degree arc specification. One of the most common mistakes is replacing a masthead and stern light combination with a single all-round white light mounted on a staff that's too short. That all-round light must be at least 3.3 feet above your side lights. Improper navigation lights are considered a serious safety violation, and the Coast Guard does not accept ignorance of the law as a defense. Finally, modified ventilation systems present explosive risks. Every inboard gasoline engine requires proper ventilation, including a bilge blower, specifically designed to clear gasoline fumes from closed compartments. These blowers must be ignition protected to prevent sparks. If you've modified your engine compartment, removed ventilation ducts, or eliminated your flame arrestor, you're not just risking a fine, you're risking an explosion. Coast Guard data shows over 150 fatalities and 200 injuries resulted from fires or explosions on vessels in a single year. Here's the bottom line. Every one of these upgrades can be purchased legally. The products themselves are not the problem. The problem is installation, application, and compliance. The Coast Guard doesn't care where you bought it or how much you paid. They care whether it meets federal requirements when it's on your boat. Before you install any upgrade, check the regulations. Verify Coast Guard approval. Consider getting a free vessel safety check from your local Coast Guard auxiliary or Boat US volunteers. And when in doubt, check with your state boating office, because state requirements often go beyond what the federal government mandates. A little homework now saves you a lot of money and a lot of headaches on the water. Just because you can buy it doesn't mean you can legally use it. LED light bars, expired flares, old fire extinguishers, aftermarket exhausts, direct discharge marine heads, non-approved life jackets, custom fuel tanks, overpowered engines, improper nav lights, and modified ventilation systems. All legal to purchase. All can get you fined if installed wrong. The Coast Guard doesn't care where you bought it or how much you paid. They care whether it meets federal requirements when it's on your boat. Before you install any upgrade, verify Coast Guard approval. Get a free vessel safety check from your local Coast Guard auxiliary, and when in doubt, check with your state boating office, because state requirements often go beyond federal law. I've got links in the description to Coast Guard approval requirements, ABYC standards for installations, vessel safety check locations, and the full regulations on each of these 10 upgrades. If this saved you from an $1,100 citation, hit subscribe. We break down Coast Guard regulations and marine law every week here on the Marine Ledger. See you on the next one.